Go ahead and call the meeting to order. It is 6:15. Roll call, I've got Jim Carver,
Yes.
Brent Williams, Josh Hendrickson,
Yep.
and Brad Coates.
Yep.
So we do a quorum to conduct business. I need a motion to approve the agenda.
I move to approve the agenda as written.
Motion by Carver. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Coates. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. That motion carries. All right, so the first page of your packet has chapter 23, planning and zoning. That was primarily provided for the selection of officers. So it does say annually at your first regular meeting, given that we don't currently do these very often,
Right.
which we're hoping to get into a better sequence of. I'm calling this your first regular meeting. So we will have you select a chairperson and a vice chair. Greg Larimer is not present, so I think fair game there too.
Works for me too. I nominate Greg Larimer as the chair.
I'll second that.
He'll like that.
He can throw stuff in our yards.
Who's your nominee?
Greg Larimer.
The one who's not here.
He's the one that's not here.
Seems fair.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
That is fair game. All right, I have a nomination from Hendrickson to nominate Greg Larimer as chairperson, seconded by William. Any further nominations?
So we have to do the vice chair too?
Yep, we'll vote on this one first. Going once, going twice. All right, all those in favor of Greg Larimer as chairperson indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. And now if we could get a volunteer for the vice chair.
Suppose it's only fair since I did it to him. I can do that.
Hendrickson has nominated himself. Do I have a second on that nomination?
Second.
So moved.
Second by Coates. Any other nominations? You're such a good sport. Hearing, all those in favor say aye. Opposed, nay. That motion carries. All right, so we did call you here on rather short notice, and we'll kind of get into that a little bit. But there is, oh, she printed this one, she did not. Within our zoning regulation, I'm sure it is there in order to protect your time. We do have a requirement that we give you 30 days notice before bringing together for a meeting. We did not do that. So we would just kind of like your formal approval to waive that 30-day notice, just so it doesn't blow back later that we didn't give you appropriate time. So that's what that one is. So if y'all are open to it, I'd seek a motion to waive the 30-day requirement as part
I
of.
move we waive the 30-day requirement.
Second.
Moved by Carver, second by Hendrickson. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
I
Opposed, nay. That motion carries. Okay. Now, the real reason we're here is to discuss a proposed change to, and this is gonna be the third page of your packet, so it should say industrial district on the top. So 165.19, item number 4, height of buildings. So the city has received a request from the Lynn Co-op to install another grain bin. They have several on their property. You'll notice that the height requirement according to the zoning regulation is 45 feet. They currently don't have a single grain bin that is under 45 feet. So what I communicated with them is when we moved to Lynn County Building for our building permits, we really solidified a lot of our processes. With that, there is now a zoning approval that has to happen, and that's how this one kind of got caught. So in full transparency, their construction plans did not account for this because they kind of just went off historically that that wouldn't be a problem. So they did intend to start construction about a month ago. So we are doing our best to really help support a local business, but at the same time, making sure that we're crossing our T's and dotting our I's. So the request for y'all to discuss or consider is to increase that height of buildings to 45 feet or to 100 feet in height. It's currently 45, increasing it to 100. What I will say, this is a bit of a stopgap. So if in looking at communities around us, most of them are 45 to 65, including Springville, who has a co-op as well. But they have provisions that allows their Board of Adjustments to make special exceptions, to have special uses. We don't currently have those provisions. We're looking at adding them, but the timeline to do that is much longer because we have a bunch of research to do. So we are asking, Robbins is the only one, they do have 100-foot limitation in the industrial district.
Can I ask questions now or do I?
No, yeah, go ahead.
So
Anytime.
if we, because I wouldn't be concerned about obviously the co-op, but I would be concerned about 100-foot building somewhere else. But with this, when you get those things in place, can we revisit this to put it back down to it?
We can. I was also gonna say, so this is specific to the industrial district.
Gotcha,
There are
right.
currently only 2 properties, well, 3. The co-op, Morrison's Trucking, and the baseball diamond are, for some reason, it is zoned industrial. So it is quite a limited impact. It
Okay,
wouldn't
fair
be,
enough.
yeah,
Okay.
it's not gonna be.
That makes
Now,
sense.
with that said, long-term, we are gonna look at our comprehensive plan. I would like to see some light industrial if we ever develop south of town, in which case, yeah, I think we should
Okay.
revisit this, because yeah, those use cases could be,
It's gonna happen
Park.
someday.
yeah, those could be car crushers and like God
Yeah.
knows what, so. But yeah, for the current situation, it's limited to just that, kind of that corner over there.
And and I just don't know enough about it, so I'm not gonna ask the question. So let's say that there is some growth in the town in terms of like, I guess industrial is different than commercial, so never mind. Never mind. I understand my own
Yeah,
question.
so we've got, no, but I will go through it, because we didn't give you the full chapter, so there's residential district, multi-residential, so like apartment buildings, those things. There is a business district, which would be your general commercial, and then, yeah, this industrial is basically anything that falls in the other districts minus residential. You cannot have a residential house, and so it can still be a business, but then it's you can have a junkyard, you can have, those things fall in industrial.
I was just-
Manufacturing.
Yeah, I
type
was
things.
thinking commercial for some reason. I was thinking of the mixed use where it's the condos or apartments on top and then
Oh,
residential below, which would certainly be over 45 feet, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about industrial.
Correct.
So
How tall's the cell tower?
So towers we have a separate chapter on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great
Great question, though. Yeah, so there is a separate chapter for towers, and that's in ag. Oh, we also have ag district, and I don't remember what maximum height is for ag. I was surprised they weren't ag, but I suppose it's more business than,
They're a business.
Yeah.
I suppose.
so.
Need a motion?
I would entertain a motion if there's no other questions. Like I said, it's pretty limited, and yes, once we get those special uses, I would like to maybe come back. I still think 65 to match Springville is not a bad idea, but this helps us help them while we kind of get our stuff in order too.
Right.
I move that we approve the request for 100-foot construction at the co-op
In the industrial district,
in the industrial district.
I have a motion by Carver. Do I have a
I'll
second?
second.
Second by Coates. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Opposed, nay. That motion carries. Thank you all. Final discussion. I do just have one thing. Rebecca was hoping I could collect all your email addresses. I know I have most of them. I don't like to share unless volunteered. So if y'all either give me a thumbs up or you can just write them on my agenda and I'll make sure she gets them. So,
I have a question after we adjourn about that, but.
okay, perfect. And she's already got both of yours. so-
Yeah, she's emailed me. so-
All
right.
Do we need to make any type of a comment or about revisiting this then in the future?
You're
Gets on the point.
welcome to.
I don't need to. It's just gonna help us? No, we're good.
I think I'm good. Any other
Thank
final discussion? That was mine, taking my phone.
Too small.
Need a motion to adjourn?
I would seek a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
I'll second.
Motion by Hendrickson, second by Williams. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We are adjourned at, come on, time, 6:24.